I think something serious about him that a lot of people are learning is, the interviews that you saw in New Jersey, that's him. That's him in the van, that's him in my office, that's him in the locker room with the guys. He's one of the most genuine people I've ever met, and it came through in those interviews. But people need to know that that's just not for the camera. That's him 24/7, and it's what makes him so special and what makes him able to have such an impact not only on his teammates but his coaching staff as well. When he says something, people listen. It has meaning. He's a very, very bright individual, and this program would not be where it is without our alumni, of course, but it wouldn't be on the trajectory it's on right now without Ben Carr specifically and people like Ben Carr and the impact he's made on those around him.
Just 1 month ago, the golf world was introduced to Georgia Southern's Ben Carr after his emotional interview following his semifinal match at the U.S. Amateur Championship. Carr's father, David, passed away 3 years ago, but is still with Ben on the course every step of the way, until he potentially wasn't that Saturday afternoon. A ball marker made in memory of Ben's father had gone missing, or so Ben thought.
Jeffrey Jenkins made that ball marker for me a couple years ago. It's just got a couple things for my dad on the ball marker, and I would say I use it probably 85–90% of the time in tournaments. I mean, it's not like it's never really been a superstition. I've just always kind of used it, and I started to use it in the first round of match play at the AM, and then it became like a superstition. Like I needed to have it. And in the semifinals before the match, we went into a rain delay, and like in the middle of my warm-up. So I had my ball marker in my pocket. I usually put everything in my pocket in my warm-up just to have it on the tee. So I know it was in there. And come back out, warm up, go to the tee, no ball marker in my pocket. It's not in my bag, can't find it. I'm like kind of freaking out. Forget about it a couple holes later, and I'm reading my putt on 15. I have like a 5-footer to close out the match. And I just like glance down at my left pocket and I see the outline of the ball marker. And it was the only thing in my left pocket. And I like pretty much turned out my pockets on the first tee. And I don't know, it was just crazy. And then I used it on the next hole and was able to close out Derek. And then did the interview with Smiley. I hadn't seen the rainbow until he like turned me around and pointed it to me. And once I saw that, I just felt like I needed to share.
Sharing his story grew his support system both near and far, but it was those in the gallery that carried Ben through to the final match.
Up until the quarters, it was just me and my mom and my caddy. I got word that they were coming maybe the night before the quarters, and I was so excited, and I wanted to win so bad. I know they didn't really care if I won or lost, but I just knew it would have been so cool to have them up there and win a match.
5 down early in the afternoon final, Ben battled back to force 36 holes, ultimately falling short to Texas A&M's Sam Bennett. The fifth-year Eagle is just getting started though, with a 2023 U.S. Open exemption and likely invitation to the Masters in his future.
I just feel very lucky to be in my position. Just coming to Georgia Southern, and I mean there's so many things that have worked out the way they should that has allowed me to have those exemptions and do what I did at the AM. And I mean, I just think about all of those things and what they've allowed me to do going forward, and I'm just really excited to play those two events. I mean, I would say they're two biggest tournaments in golf, and just to be able to tee it up and I mean, have a chance to win. I mean, if you're teeing it up, you can win, and I don't know, I just really want to get to April.